Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Terri Harper, it's been a while, I believe, this is your first interview at the age of 26?
Yeah.
We're constantly reminded of your age, as we've joked about before. How is life at 26?
Good. I feel old. No, I'm joking. No, it's good. Steady. Back in the gym now. I enjoyed my time off. I had about 6 weeks off. A couple of holidays in there, and just really switched off from boxing and just enjoyed life a little bit.
I saw you went to Iceland. Was it cold, obviously?
Yeah, we didn't get no snow though, so we're lucky with that. But yeah, freezing. We're hoping to go back in summertime to get a few hikes in. But yeah, lovely place. Very clean as well, so I would recommend. But it is expensive.
I was going to say that. I've heard it's very expensive.
Yeah.
How expensive?
To be fair, more than a city like.
Give us an example. Like a bottle of water or something, or?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know because it's in a different. I don't know what the currency is, so then it kind of confuses you. But for every 1,000, it's £6. So I'd say we went and had this. I had a flatbread pizza. Jem had what did she have? Like chicken and chips, and it came to probably 5,000 or something.
Okay, so probably nearly double the price then, basically.
Yeah.
London prices.
Yeah.
Sound.
Anyway.
So let's get on to it. So I've not spoken to you since your fight with Hannah Rankin. So obviously the fight went according to plan. How did you feel at the weight? Because obviously you're fighting a much bigger woman weight-wise, and how did you feel? The stamina. I think we spoke about stamina before. Was it?
To be fair, I was surprised. Not because I haven't put in the work, but the fight I had lightweight down back in March. I remember getting out of the ring and feeling like my calves were aching, and I do believe I was poorly though, so that's what I put it down to now. Because on the night I remembered feeling very comfortable and very fit and conditioned at that weight. So I know Hannah was saying things like on the lead up to the fight, would I be able to cope with the weight and the extra weight, and being in with a 254 pounder, and then how I'm going to be at the back end of the fight. But like I said, I felt very good, very conditioned, and I think I even able to show a little bit of my strength as well, like the time when I were able to just push Hannah over and stuff. And I'm glad that kind of happened, because showing that I can perform at this weight, and I am big and strong, and yeah, I want just to push about really.
And I think it was around possibly 9 or 10. You took a clean shot. I think it might have been a right hook. Did you feel it? And what was it? Was it different from the punches you'd taken before?
Like I said, throughout the whole fight, I felt comfortable. I saw a little clip that Tony Bellew had done, saying that in the fight I took some big shots. And when I went and watched it back, I thought, shit, yeah, I did take some big shots. But
is it tip Tony Bellew done?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it were in behind the scenes. So when I went back and watched the fight, I thought, yeah, I did take some big shots really, and the shots didn't faze me, and that's just showing the punch resistance that I've got up at this weight. And that's probably the first time I remember boxing at the low weights, and you get hit with a shot. Sometimes it's just like a silly shot and you feel it buzz you, but not once in that fight I felt buzzed or under any stress really from a shot.
Sound. And obviously you got your belt for a short period, so you was the IBO and the WBA super welterweight champion, and just to clarify, you're now just the WBA champion. Yeah,
it was just part of the fight contract, obviously. I think it's to do with Hannah's side. It's not Hannah and Noel, it's their promoter. I'm sure it's like Dennis Hobson. I think he's just trying to keep a bit of power over the IBO, because I'm sure they were wanting a rematch clause and all that stuff, but Eddie wasn't giving them that, so I feel it's just a bit of power over the IBO. But obviously that's backfired, and Mary Spencer's now fighting for the IBO. So
interesting. Mary Spencer. Mary Spencer, you said, didn't you? Because I seen her name pop up yesterday. Yeah. So moving on, obviously you won the title, and the two obvious fights for you are, if you're going to stick at this weight, are Tasha Jonas. First of all, what did you think of Tasha's performance at the weekend?
Yeah, good. She's doing great up at this weight, and again, showing at the lower weights, maybe she probably struggle, but coming up these weights, it's where she's getting some good wins, and she's beating these champions. And it's great. Good performance on the weekend, strong. Yeah.
I think it's interesting for fans to realise where obviously, because Tasha, when she was stood next to her opponent, there was a huge size difference. Yeah. You could clearly tell, even you and Hannah, but obviously your skill sets is what's won both of you the fight. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like it's just the skill set, but I don't even know what to say.
Did you believe it was going to be that easy for Tasha? Because one of the judges gave her every single round.
Look, when you actually see the height difference, you think, oh, is the guy going to try and use that to her advantage? And because it's hard work when you got someone so big and so and the presence is there and on you. Like that can be draining in itself, just the physical presence of someone. But Tasha handled it well, and you can see that Tasha's natural strength and abilities got her through the fight. And yeah, that's due to the whatever she's done throughout camp on the lead up to the fight.
And realistically, obviously the other name mentioned is Claressa Shields. So there's two potential fights out there for you. Which one do you want out of them two?
So obvious is Tash. Obviously we've got history and unsettled business, as people say, and the controversial fight back in 2020, I believe. Obviously that was the draw, and I feel like for both of us, we can settle once we have a rematch and go again, really. And the last fight got nominated as a fight of the year, so it only makes sense for that fight to happen, I believe.
Does Claressa Shields interest you at all? Because I know Joe Gallagher and Tasha were both quite keen on a Claressa fight. Does Claressa interest you? Because Claressa actually mentioned your name as well in an interview.
I've just seen that. Do you know what? Massive respect for Claressa and things she's doing for women's boxing, and she's one of the greatest. And do you know what? For me, this game is for me now. I want the big fights. That's it. I want the big fights and money fights. Why not? I've been there, and I've been on the small halls. I've been world champion. Had it taken away, world champion again. So now, like 26, if you didn't know. But yeah, so that's what we're here for, is the big fights. And I feel over the years I've managed to gain the experience and the knowledge and the ring craft, and I feel like I can get in there now and mix with the best.
If you don't get either one of them fights, if it's not Claressa and it's not Tasha, see if they end up fighting each other, would you stick around at this weight or would you go back down? Because Katie Taylor's another option as well. Yeah,
like for me, I want to float about. I want to go where the big fights are, and obviously can go down to 147. McCaskill's there. She's got some belts at that weight. Katie Taylor. Obviously, I'd have to have a longer camp to get back down to lightweight, but that's what I'm in it for. Is the big fights and just creating a legacy for myself, really.
And this beef between you and Tasha, is it like genuine beef? Because obviously I know both of you like outside this interviewing scene, and you're both quite pleasant ladies, and you don't come across as people who want to like kick off with someone, but there's like serious rivalry there, isn't there?
Do you know what? I don't speak with Tash, don't entertain her away from boxing or anything like that. So it's just a fight game, innit?
Other than fighting each other, have you guys ever spoke with each other? Has there ever been any one-to-one?
No. So only when I was younger and I asked her for a photo being a fangirl. Well, that's it really. And she cracks on with boxing, I crack on with mine, and hopefully his paths cross again. But I'm not going to sit around and beg for a fight, because that's not who I am. If they're not bothered about the rematch, then is what it is, and I'll move on then to next big fight. I spoke with Eddie the other weekend, and he's got a lot of options for me, and I'm in a great position. If Tasha wants to become undisputed, I've got something that she needs. So it just depends what she wants to do. So like I said, I'm not going to sit around and beg for fights, because that's not. I've got plenty of other options.
And if the fight does happen at this weight, does it favour any one of you particularly, or is it the same skill sets, just a bit more weight that you're carrying?
What do you mean?
Like, would the fight work out the same way? Because obviously you're
I think so. Right? Do you know what? I feel like me, myself, like I said, I was a novice when I fought Tash. very inexperienced, didn't know how to handle like Joe and the outside noise and it being such a big fight. But like I said, over the years now I've gained that experience and I understand how the game works, and I feel like I'm a total different person to who Tash fought back in 2020.
Definitely.
And the weight obviously helps. If you look back at the pictures from when I weighed in then, it's disgusting. Look at him. So I'm a lot more happy, a lot more comfortable, and I feel like it can be another contender for Fight of the Year.
Definitely. And any other plans outside boxing? I'll let you go. What are you doing outside?
Just usual, busy. Played squash for the first time the other day.
I saw you play squash,
terrible,
yeah.
Terrible. That's the first time I've ever been so angry in a sport. I hated it.
I see you and your partner are always doing sports.
Oh yeah.
You're not any risk of injury playing football because you're playing football?
Yeah, not now though. I'm back in camp now, so the girls had a game on yesterday and back onto sideline watching, being cheerleader.
Good stuff. Right, Terry, I really appreciate your time, and let's hope whatever fight it is, whether it's Claressa or Tasha, it's going to be a blockbuster either way. Do you know when you're at, by the way? Have you got a flight?
We've been told back end of January, so Christmas is cancelled.
Okay,
but I enjoyed my time off while I was away, so I'm glad to be back in the gym and back working with Andrew, and it's just exciting how big a year next year is going to be, and I'm in a very good position, so I'm just sitting back and relaxing, and I just let Andrew do the work. That's what I pay him for.
Definitely. Right, that's what you're paying that 50% for, yeah? Thank you, Terry. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.